Director General Oscar Albayalde. Sir, good morning.
Good morning, Pia.
What was it like waking up this morning and realizing, nakalimutan niyo po ba na Chief PNP na kayo?
Yes, actually I did.
Ayan.
No, dahil pagod na pagod ako kagabi. When I woke up, nag-set ako ng alarm clock, no. I thought I'll just be going up dahil natutulog ako doon pa sa sa NCRPO doon sa quarters doon. So I thought that I'll just go up to sa office when I realized that I have to go to Camp Crame because I'm already the Chief PNP.
Sabi niyo sa sarili niyo, Chief PNP na pala ako, ganon?
Yes. So I hurried doon sa comfort room to take a bath and dress up.
Oh, it took a while, ha? So hindi pa kayo sanay sa 4 na estrella sa balikat? Kasi kahapon lang 2 estrella,
Yes.
biglang 4 na ngayon.
Yes, actually yun nga no, probably yung na bigla kasi no, you're not given talaga yung enough time or yung transition wala kasi biglaan siya.
No transition. So the transition, that's what's happening right now,
Yes.
in a way. So let's begin with, I wanted to ask you, did you want to be Chief PNP? Is it something you want, or is it something that just falls into your lap, or did you want it?
Well, it's something na hindi ko talaga pinangarap. No? Well, ang sabi ko nga, it's something na it will come kasi. The pag-Chief PNP kasi, we all know that it's a destiny. No? It's God-given. It's destiny. Definitely, it happens in God's time. No? Walang makakasabi kasi talaga. And sino ba makakapagsabi na kung sino yung mga nag-Chief PNP dyan during their junior times, no? So, you know, Pia, what's really very important when we were cadets, yung sabi nga natin, what motivated us, yung makikita mo, and I'm sure your husband knows that also, yung makikita mo dun sa hall, no, nakasulat dun, nakalagay dun.
Which hall, sir?
Yung
Melchor?
hall dun sa, yung multipurpose hall where we sleep during the Beast Barracks, the first 2 months of our...
the worst
yes,
moments
Beast Barracks,
of your
yes,
cadet
Beast Barracks,
life?
first 2 months of our cadetship. Nakalagay dun, from this hall shall emerge the future generals of the armed forces of the Philippines. So parang yun ang talagang motivation is to become a general. You never know yung magiging chief of staff ka before or chief PC, you never know that.
To become a general, yung magkaroon ka ng
Yes,
unang
that's the
estrella,
ultimate,
the first
that's
star.
your ultimate kasi dream. That's your ultimate dream is the star on your shoulder.
So in other words, sir, you would have been happy, correct me if I'm wrong, you would have been happy if you had retired as a 2-star or a 3-star?
Yes. Just to tell you the truth, Pia, when the Chief PNP, before he assumed as Chief Philippine National Police, I asked him if I can be the regional director of Region 3 only because I'm from there, no? And I've been there I was assigned there for more than 12 years. So basically, I know the area, I know the people there, especially the politicians. I know the political atmosphere there. But he said no. He wanted me to be the RD of NCR. So I did not comment anymore and I accepted the challenge right away.
Okay, so after NCRPO, at that time, hindi mo pa naiisip
Yes,
na kung saan, parang iniisip nyo na lang, anong position na available sa Krame para makapag 3-star?
What was in my mind then is to, yung support all the programs of the PNP. If you'll see, Pia, including the internal cleansing of the Chief PNP, yung internal cleansing program ng National Headquarters, is only probably, no, I'm not saying it's only NCRPO, but it's the NCRPO who reacted, no, so much dun sa mga sa mga programs ng PNP on Tokhang.
Right.
No? Look at the accomplishments of the whole PNP. More than half of the accomplishments of the
NCR
is NCR.
Yeah. So we'll go back to that in just a bit. But I wanted to ask more about itong pagiging Chief PNP. No? What does it really take? Because apparently it's not just ambition. Kasi may mga nag-ambisyon, hindi naman sila yung napipili. It's also not being close to the President or being personally known by the President because na-shatter na nga yung myth na hindi naman pala kailangan na tiga Davao ka para maging Chief PNP ka.
Yes, you know, Pia, last Monday when I met personally with the President, I thanked him personally. He said to me, you don't need to thank me because you deserve it. It's yours. No, you earned it. Yun ang sabi niya sa atin. No? I think
that's why he said during yung speech niya kahapon, parang you don't need to thank me. It's your achievements that
yes, and you know what's good thing here is it motivated everybody, no? It motivated especially the officers, yung mga commanders natin on the ground. Nakita nila na wow, it's based on merit, it's based on performance, not based on political affiliations or based on personal connection.
Okay, meritocracy. We'll go back to that in just a bit. But first, sir, I wanted to ask you, yesterday you said those who betray their oath and their badge will be sanctioned. You are, of course, sir, referring to scalawags,
Yes.
and you've had quite an experience dealing with them as NCRPO. But now, on a very national scale, how exactly are you going to go after them? Should you just remove them from their position? Should you just reassign them?
Yes, yesterday I've already given directives sa ating Directorate for Personnel and also from IAS to check on all the pending cases. No, I've told them if we can expedite all these cases, kung talagang kinakailangan, if we really need to suspend these people, then we suspend them outright. No, and instead of giving 4 months for the decision or resolution of the case, if we can do it in 2 months, we'll do it in 2 months.
Bilisan na lang
So that
lahat,
these people will feel that we are serious on this.
Oo. Do we have an idea, parang anong ratio nun? I mean, mga POs, SPOs, officials, junior officers, senior officers?
Well, when I was
How
with
many?
the NCRPO, we have, remember when I was with the NCRPO since July 1 in 2016, we have already dismissed 279 people, no, because of various reasons, because of various offenses, grave offenses of that. No, so meron dito yung the senior officers, superintendent, up to superintendent, those that are involved in kidnapping, extortion, illegal drugs. And we have demoted 99 people also and suspended 825 just in NCRPO alone.
Okay. So where does the PNP go wrong when there are those among its ranks who betray, like you said, betray their oath and their badge? Is it recruitment? Recruitment ba? Because if you look at it, parang karamihan na involved dito, mga PO1.
Yes. Actually, that's one thing we noticed. No? Number one is probably we're very poor in our background investigation. Just before a person or an individual gets in our organization. No? I think that's what we have to improve on, the background investigation. Remember, in NCRPO, there were recruits or nakapasok sa aming hanay na they have cases in courts. And some of them are even, they serve in jails. No? Nag-serve sila ng term nila. So, ito yung tinitignan natin.
Okay. Because like you said, tinitingnan nyo, dahil your priority now, among the many priorities, is internal discipline. And like you already said, you've done quite a bit when it comes to doon sa NCRPO that you hope to replicate on the national scale, PNP scale. I wanted to ask sir about counterintelligence, because this is, the way I understand it, also considered a commander's function. So, is it functioning properly, or does it need to be more aggressive, like you said earlier, no? Yung BI sa mga papasok, pero kailangan mag-monitor ka ng mga official pa rin.
Yes, tama yan. Yung counterintelligence natin over the years, medyo napabayaan yan. So we have to strengthen our counterintelligence, particularly yung counterintelligence natin from the intelligence group. No? Supposed to be, these are the people who looks after these suspected scalawags or policemen who are doing illegal activities. No? Ito yung mga nagbibigay ng information. Supposed to be, they get information, they get evidence, and then they pass it on to our CITF, which the CITF will operate on, dapat.
Yeah, yeah, okay. You also stressed in your speech yesterday and just now here during this interview, meritocracy. No? How do you define that in the PNP? Who gets to go to the command staff? Who gets to be a regional director? Who gets to be in the National Support Unit head? Who gets to be provincial director, chief of police?
You know, sabi nga nila, we have to admit there are pressures there. No? We have classmates, we have everything, we have upperclassmen, may pressure in all positioning, alam mo na yan, I think. But again, sabi nga, the most that we can do is we put the right person at the right position. No? We put the right person,
man for the right job?
Yes, the right man to the
or the right woman for the right job. Sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, ganun yun. So, yun ang sigurong titingnan lang natin. We can give in to a request of pero based on his skills and credentials. Yun.
Okay. So, sir, placements and promotions will be dictated by
The SOPPB,
meritocracy?
and of course we will strengthen our oversight committee headed by the DCO. General
SO,
Mendez.
what did you say? Senior
The
officers?
SOP, yes, senior officers placement
and
board,
promotions
promotions board.
Okay.
And of course, nandyan yung ating oversight committee.
Okay. At walang magiging personal dito.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like you said,
Yes.
may pakiusap ng
Yes.
lista, may upper class.
Yes. Although those will be considered, of course. Hindi naman tayo
considered, oo.
perfect organization.
Yung underclass, syempre, hindi nakikiusap, di ba? Sumusunod lang. Okay. Okay. Now, so, like you were saying, the right person for the right job, so that excellence and not mediocrity is promoted. So let's talk about, sorry to keep this moving on, but let's talk about the role of the PNP in internal security operations and yung implications dito sa peace process. No? So what are we going to see under your leadership?
No, yung peace process, it will go on. No? Actually, we support the peace process 100%. Sino bang ayaw ng peace, no? Kapayapaan dito sa ating bansa?
Sino bang may gusto ng gera? No?
To stop already.
Una-una yung sundalo at pulis ayaw daw.
In fact, sabi ko nga, it's not the soldiers or the policemen that are victims here. It's our kababayan, no? Yung especially those that are in the rural areas, yung mga farmers natin especially.
Okay. Sir, the role of the PNP when it comes to mga special laws, drugs, smuggling, in terms of drugs first, no? What do we continue and discontinue when it comes to tokhang and double barrel? You have your high value targets.
Well, definitely we'll go on with our double barrel operations or double barrel program
and tokhang,
Oplan
sir?
tokhang. Yes,
Yeah.
we've seen this that it's really very effective since December 5 last year. There were revisions already on our tokhang operations. And remember, yung tokhang nga is actually a police community relations operations. No? Ito ang sabi nila, kung papalitan yung word just because I'm a Kapampangan and then Chief Bato is Dabawenyo. No? So sabi ko, I'll give it to my classmate.
Yeah.
I'll give it to my classmate. Diyan siya nakilala, then I'll give it to him.
And then you'll just improve on it.
Yes.
Just continue.
Kung talagang there are some glitches or some rooms that have to be improved, no? Then we will improve on it.
So tweak lang.
Yes.
Are you at liberty to talk now about what will be tweaked in tokhang and double?
No, as of this time, we have not seen it. I have to talk with the new Directorate for Operations on what probably yung mga kung ano pa ang dapat improve. Then we will improve on it.
Okay, what would you add about body cameras, for example, or
body cameras are coming actually, coming in the near future. I think the 334 million has already been approved.
334 million pesos, but how many pieces of body cameras?
I really don't know. But all the amount will be spent for the body
because
camera.
it doesn't just protect the civilians, it also protects the police.
Yes, the PNP.
Right?
Yes, hindi lang ito para sa civilian, it's also for the protection, no, for the PNP. Kung para kapag may problema, they just show it and everything is
naka-record.
Yes,
naman.
naka-record.
Okay. Sir, can we talk about counterterrorism and a counter-radicalization program? How, what kind of a program will we see under your leadership?
Well, unang-una, Pia, I must admit we have to train people on that, no? Yung sa amin. Most of the time we rely so much on the armed forces of the Philippines when it comes to that, no? Especially from the yung mga intelligence units nila. We really have to improve on this. No? Over the years nga ito napabayaan ng ating IG. We have to strengthen our intelligence group on this.
Sir, it was interesting yesterday when you said magsa-SAF training yung mga bagong recruits, Special Action Force. Yun na yung elite unit ng Philippine National Police. Di ba na-nervous yung ibang tao dyan?
Well,
kasi parang, am I right when I say itong SAF training, parang yun na yung pinaka-beast barracks ng bagong recruit na police?
Well, remember, yung kami, even probably your husband, no? Nag-undergo SAF training lahat yan. Yung kami nga, officer, we underwent, I spent more than 5 years with the Special Action Force when I was junior officer. Ang pinakapahinga namin dyan is training. Kung wala ka sa bundok, you're in the training camp, no? Undergoing training, whether you're taking Ranger, Sure Shock, no, BIP protection course and SWAT
ano yung
operations.
Sure Shock, sir? Sure Shock?
Yes, is close quarter
CQB, close quarters battle.
Yes, close quarter battle. Or sometimes they let you or they send you to abroad to undergo training. Yun yung mga sa SAF, no. And we saw dun sa SAF naman, look at the level of discipline sa Special Action Force.
Okay, so parang mas magiging maingat ang police when he's out on the field in an operation.
It's not only the discipline but also their will to fight.
Will to fight. Okay. What about training, sir, for mga mid-level and senior officers to improve leadership, management skills? Kasi syempre, I'm sure pag medyo colonel ka na, medyo mahirap nang magsapa na, sir.
Yes, you know, you're a good observant. Yeah, no? Yun ang sinasabi rin natin. Probably we have to change yung curriculum nung ano, no. We have to put in more dun sa leadership management ng mga middle level officers natin, because these are the critical commanders on the ground, the chief of police and the provincial commanders, not even the regional director. Ang critical dito is our chief of police and or dito the PCP commander, the chief of police, and
community
then,
precinct, station
yes,
commander.
yes.
And provincial director.
What we'll do here is we'll put responsibility on them. They will be directly responsible for the deeds or misdeeds of their personnel.
Accountability.
Yes,
in other
accountability.
words. Okay. Sir, cybercrime. So crimes committed, computer, cell phone, internet. The thing about technology kasi is that you can hide behind it. Diba? That's why people behave differently online. We have millions of Filipinos using devices. How best to conduct law enforcement and prosecute?
Actually, we're trying to improve on that already. Remember, ngayon sa QCPD, they have their own cybercrime unit. No, it was funded by the local chief executive, si Mayor Bautista. He spent more than 50 million on this. And ito yung nagiging trend ng crime ngayon. So we really have to improve on our anti-cybercrime group. But then again, ito naman, we have a good relationship with our counterparts. So most of our personnel are being sent abroad to undergo this training.
Okay. Sir, sa equipment, kanina nabanggit nyo, no? Thousands of body cameras coming in. What else is needed? What else is in the pipeline?
Well, it's very basic yung firearms natin. No? We still have like 20% or 25% ng strength namin without firearms. Yung mga firearms ng mga police. No, ito yung pinaka-importante. I don't know how we can fill this up. Pero ang procurement kasi is continuous. We just have a problem, I think, with the delivery.
I see. So you said yesterday in your speech, you will lead by example, you will be in the front lines. Exactly how?
Yes, I'll be there. No, I'm a commander. I'll not be staying much in the office. I'll leave this to my command group.
Because you've always been in
I'm
the
a field officer. Ever since when I was a
operations.
junior officer, I always been a field officer. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to describe your character, so that people can get to know you better, and I wanted to ask you this, how would you do that? If you were to measure yourself against, well, the PMA motto, Philippine Military Academy, courage, integrity, loyalty. The Philippine National Police motto, service, honor, justice. How would you measure yourself against those?
Well, sabi nga, we have also, of course, hindi naman tayo, I'm not immaculate. I'm not playing immaculate here, and I'm an angel too. No? But then, ang sabi nga is, when you go up from a junior officer hanggang pataas, you'll experience many things. No? You have your ups and downs also. You have your frustrations also.
You have your low
I've been
points,
relieved 5 times for no reason
Who
at all.
hasn't been relieved?
For no reason at all.
Okay.
So you'll know, you don't know because of politics, because of the the very influential people. They ask for your relief because ayaw mo lang sumunod, no? Ganon, no? Hindi ka mahawakan doon sa leg, hindi ka yung gusto nila hindi mo sunod. So over the years, ito yung mga siguro natutunan natin to be more mature. And what makes me really who I am now is probably yung flexibility as a commander. You have to address things as you see them. No? You have to be really flexible. And what's really very important is the stability under pressure. That's what we learn from the academy, Pia.
Stability under pressure, doing the right thing. So
Yes.
parang it's an everyday challenge that
Yes.
you need to surmount.
And what's most important is you always go side on the truth. You always say the truth. And when you're telling the truth kasi you'll never go wrong, no? Because when you tell a lie, sunod-sunod na dapat kasi yan. You tell a lie and you make one lie to
Then
be...
you have to tell another lie to cover it up.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, yesterday you said, I don't expect loyalty to me, but I will exact obedience from you. Why did you need to say that? What is
Yes.
it about? You don't like yung loyalty sa personal,
of course,
sa person.
No, alam naman natin, most of the people will just take advantage of you, especially you as the chief PNP, may gusto silang pwesto, gusto ano. Well, probably sabi ko nga, I don't expect I will not demand loyalty here, no? Kasi alam naman natin that I cannot please everybody, Pia. And I will never do that. I will never please everybody.
Well, you wouldn't be
here.
human if you did, right?
Yes.
Oo.
Yes, no. So,
Okay.
I don't expect their loyalty. But, of course, I expect them to follow the rules and regulations only of the Philippine National Police.
And rightly so. Sir, you opened and closed your inaugural speech yesterday with recognition of God's sovereignty in our everyday lives. So how are you going to cascade that through the ranks?
Well,
Exactly, what are you
probably
going to
with the
do?
help of my wife. No, my wife is very prayerful. My wife is very supportive sa church. No, I live with her. I leave that to her. Although me as a father, I always, I believe in God's wisdom. No, sometimes when I decide, I pray muna just before I decide things, especially. And every day I always ask God's wisdom before I go out of my room. When I wake up, I see to it that I pray and I ask God's guidance.
Okay.
That's what I do.
So yung prayer nyo, sir, prayer of
Not
discernment.
for position.
Yeah,
No,
not for position.
Never
Oo.
for a position.
But prayer of
Yes,
discernment.
yes,
Parang tumatahimik
yes.
kayo, you quiet down.
Yes.
You just
Yes,
wait.
that's what I do. I always pray. Just before I make decisions, especially so na it will affect things. No? Yun ang ginagawa ko lang.
Sir, we'll talk about your wife and your children, your family in a bit, if you will allow us. I'm sure you will.
Yes.
But before that, let's talk about yung mga hobbies nyo. No? You have this passion, big bike riding. Tell us why you like it. You know, you have, nung NCRPO kayo, nakikita kayo, nag-inspect kayo, nakabike kayo. Magsa-surprise inspection, nakabike. Pupunta kayo ng meeting, nakabike.
Well, basically,
traffic,
Pia,
sir,
kasi basically, I'm a thrill seeker kasi. No, when I was young, when I was still young in the service, I used to skydive. No?
Okay.
Yun
When
yung
was your
ginagawa
last
ko.
skydive?
When my wife gave birth to twins, no, sabi niya sa akin, pwede ba itigil mo na yan?
Sir, mga
So I
20s
stopped.
plus years ago
that's
na yun.
20 years ago.
Okay.
So I asked him if I can dive again. He said, no, not unless you buy your own parachute.
Magkano lang yung parachute?
It's quite expensive actually. It's more than 100,000 yan.
Okay,
now
okay.
it's 250 to 300,000. Mahal
Okay.
yan.
Oo. Pero sinabi na ni Mrs. Albayalde, no. So that's it. Di ba, sir? Okay. So ang hobby nyo na lang, yung bike na lang.
So basically, yun ang, I also scuba dive. I went
Hanggang
scuba.
ngayon,
Yes,
when was your last dive?
But it's really matagal na talaga.
Okay.
But of course, hindi ako nag-focus doon. It's because you know what, Pia, I'm a bit scared sa tubig kasi. I don't have a phobia, but hindi mo ko maiwan sa even in a swimming pool na 3 feet lang yan, hindi mo ko pwedeng iwanan yan na mag-isa. Yes, especially nighttime.
Okay, pero nagda-dive
Yes,
kayo.
I took that because I want to conquer that fear.
Okay.
So nag-dive ako sa na open sea.
How deep have you dived?
Around 80 lang naman yata, 80
okay.
to 100.
Yeah, so big bikes, di ba may subculture among big bikers? Meron bang ganon? And what is it about biking
Well,
that you
probably
like?
yung bike naman is, yung pag big bike kasi, sometimes it builds confidence kasi. In all these activities, it will give you confidence, no? Yung skydiving, yung scuba, although scuba is really very nice kasi doon ka lang makakita ng things that you'll never see up on earth.
Right,
Yung
right. Nakaka-relax, Ibang-iba.
Yes, iba ang kulay. I
Walang
know,
politika.
Yes.
Walang politiko sa baba.
Yes, different colors ang makikita mo doon. No?
Yeah.
Yung pagbabike yan and all, it gives you confidence basically. No, it gives you siguro self-confidence. Yun ang nakita ko lang na dyan. And of course, yung thrill at saka yung masaya,
sense of
maganda.
accomplishment when you've done it, no?
Yes.
Okay, at least you can say, I've
And
done that already.
it makes you feel young.
Okay. You're still young, ano, sir? Is there anything else you want to do? Nag-skydive na kayo? Nag-diver kayo?
Well,
Big bike?
really, probably when I retire, I want to go around with my family. That's what probably I was not able to do during my time. No, yun yung mga talagang hindi namin nagawa. The farthest that we go with my family is you go to Tagaytay, you go to Bataan. No, yun lang. Yun
So
lang
you've
ang
never been out of the
Baguio probably. But we never went out of the country
Pero
together.
pag retire nyo, sir, at least may malaking pera waiting. Yung
Oh
retirement
yes,
pay,
look
di ba?
at Chip Bato.
13.8 million.
Yes, more than 13 million. You could just imagine.
So
Ang
sa
laki
iyo,
nun.
magiging...
Well, probably kasi maabutan ko pa yung last trans next year. So more than I think baka abot ako ng probably 14 to 16 million.
Wow. Okay. Sir, speaking of family, kanina nabanggit na sila, no? Your wife, the first time she heard that you got the top job, how did she react again? What did she do?
Well, she cried the whole day.
She cried the whole day?
Yes, because we were out, no? We were out supposed to eat, no? Doon sa Makati area. I was even in my uniform nung somebody told me, member of the press, he told me, Sir, sabi niya, congratulations. Why? I said, why? Oh, makinig ka sa news. Ina-announce ka na ni Presidente. Oh, really? Sabi ko na. And then,
So, hindi na kayo
yung calls,
nakakain?
Yes. She cried and then I told her we have to go home. We have to go back to the quarter. So we went back. And wala, kinain na yun, chicken na lang.
Yeah.
And that
So wait,
two days
when she
straight,
was
puro
crying, what
chicken
did
na
she
lang.
say? Why was she
Well,
crying?
wala, yun lang. She's happy and hindi niya alam kung ano sasabihin niya.
Okay,
Yun
but
lang.
how did you comfort her? What did you tell
Well,
her?
I said that we have to take this challenge. It's a challenge. I always take this as a challenge. Even me as the regional director of NCRPO, when the chief PNP first told me that I'll be the RD, I took it as a challenge.
Okay, your children, how did they take it? And can you describe them? I mean, we have 4 minutes left, but I wanted
yes,
to
they
ask
were
more
all
about your
happy.
wife
Of course,
and
they
kids.
were all happy.
How
they
old
were
are
all
they?
proud.
You have twins, diba? Yun ba
Yes,
yung eldest,
actually
no?
they're working na. They're working. They're nurse abroad, no. So they have to
okay.
go home for 10 days lang, and they'll be leaving a day.
All 3 of them? Kasi you have
Yes.
4 kids, 3
Yes.
boys, 1 girl.
Yes, my eldest is a pilot.
Oh,
So,
okay. Where?
Then the twins. I have twins.
Sir, yung piloto, saan siya piloto?
He's with the PAL actually.
Okay. And then yung twins nyo,
Yung twins ko are nurses abroad.
abroad. Okay.
So yung nag-aaral ko na lang is the only girl. She's 15 years
Okay,
old.
high school.
So yes, yun na lang ang nag-aaral
Medyo
ko.
nagugulat din sila, no? Na bakit nangyari
Yes,
to sa
actually,
atin?
actually, kaya tinatanong nila if I'll be the chief PNP noon. Sabi ko, we really don't know. Don't expect anything. No, They were asking me, you deserve it. Well, we cannot say that I deserve it. I can only say that I deserve this position after my stint. And it will be the people who will say that if I deserve this or not.
Judgment day will come later on. Sir, your family, I suppose, is very important to you.
Yes, they
How
are.
do you show that?
Yes.
How do you show that?
Well, as much as possible, during my free time, especially Sunday, I spend Sundays with them. No, I see to it that we go out, we eat. Yun lang naman ang sa amin eh. We eat. Yun lang ang parang ano namin. But sabi ko nga, we never went out like dyan lang sa Asia, travel. We have not done that. No, although we've been sa US once upon a time na mga pupunta doon, and of course ng mga relatives kasi mga asawa ko nandun lahat. No, so yun ang ginagawa lang namin. Basically, ganun din. Kasi my children are very simple, Pia. Wala silang
luho, no?
Yes,
Walang
wala. They love cars, yun lang. They love cars. But of course, I cannot afford cars.
They tell them to buy their own.
I tell, yes,
they can.
tama yan. Tama yan. I tell them, if you want something, you should earn it.
Right. Okay. Sir, we have 2 minutes to go, and I of course, apart from the usual final words, I'll get that in a bit. I wanted to ask, sir, if you don't mind, ikwento niyo naman yung love story niyo ni Mrs. Albayalde. Cadet girl ba siya or what?
No, really. I think she knows that na hindi naman siya ang cadet girl ko. She knows that. It's accepted yun. No? I met her here in Camp Crame actually.
Oh, what?
Yes.
What is she?
Ano siya? Medtech kasi siya. No? Siya? Intern siya sa crime lab. And I was undergoing basic intelligence course, officers basic intelligence course dito sa ITG. No, I met her doon sa canteen kasi we eat in the same canteen. Malapit kasi yung training school ng ITG at saka nung crime lab, and the canteen is already nearby. So doon kami kumakain. That's how I met her.
So when you first saw her, what was your first thought?
Well, I had a crush on her. Actually, she's small, but she's pretty.
Petite, sir, petite.
Yes, she's petite, but she's pretty. And even my classmates, my mistats, they tell me, "Oh, Bok, cute yun, no? Cute yun. Cute yun." You know. So, yun, nag-start yun. You know what's funny is meron siyang classmate na gustong-gusto ako. Meron siyang classmate na gustong-gusto ako. But then, ginamit niyang bridge is my wife. So when my wife saw me, sabi niya daw sa sarili niya, now, this guy will be my husband.
Wow. Okay. So, sir, describe your marriage in one word.
Happy. Very happy.
Great. Sir, final words. You have 10 seconds. 15 seconds.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty God for giving me this new challenge in my life, no? And of course, the President, also Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and of course, my family, and all our kagbabayans for their support. How I wish that I could do everything that with lahat ng expectation, no? And I promise and I assure the Filipino people that I'll do all my best, no, to meet the expectations of our President and of our countrymen.
Director General Oscar Albayalde, sir, thank you very much. Congratulations. And our very snappy salute, sir.
Thank
Salamat
you.
po, sir.
Maraming
for granting
salamat
us
sa
this
iyo.
interview.
Thank you very much.